So it's easy to read a book or some information or watch some videos to understand resilience or get information about resilience, which then you can pass on to other people. So there's plenty of people out there that are talking about resilience, but until you really understand it, until you understand what goes through your mind when you're walking into an imminent contact, when you're walking into a situation or a scenario where you know you're about to get shot at, when you're walking into a situation where, or driving into a situation where there's explosive devices waiting for you, you're going into an ambush, you're either walking into it, you're driving into it, a situation where you're in a helicopter in the middle of the night that hits the ground that hard that it bounces you out of your seat and then it flies up, starts flying around again in the dust, and it's looking for another place to land in the same pitch black darkness. You've no idea whether you're going to crash or whether you're actually going to get out of this thing. Okay, where your mind goes when you're in the middle of the frozen wilderness on your own, miles and miles or hundreds of miles from anywhere, and you're up to your armpits in snow because you've left the track because there's a blizzard so hard you can't actually see where the trail is anymore. So you've got to dig yourself out of this snow hole, try and crawl around so that you don't get into another one until you find the track again so you can start walking on hardened ice. So until you know where your mind goes in these dire situations where you're not too sure whether it's your last few minutes, whether it's your last day, whether you're actually going to get out of this situation alive, it's really hard to fully understand the concept. So what I'm going to do is put all the concepts, all the understanding that I have, all the experiences that I've sort of been able to generate over the last close to 20 years in combat environments, okay, all my time on adventure racing, okay, the research I've done around understanding behaviors around threat, how we identify threat, how we respond to threat, how we go when we're under pressure. I'm going to put all of this into a video series, put it into a podcast, and put it into a format so that makes it easily accessible for you, so I can start to convey everything that I've been able to understand into different concepts through different ideas, strategies, give you the tools so that you can go away and start to understand how to implement it all into the context of what you're doing. So it's easy to look at a piece of information or a piece of science, but until you understand how that fits into your environment, how that fits within the context of what you're doing, and make it relative to what you do and give it that context, you're never going to have a takeaway. There's never going to be a behavior change. So until we learn how to take these concepts, make the crucial behavior change, or do what we need to do around making that change and improving our life, then it's really just information. So I'm going to present all this information, but I'm not going to present it from the concept of resilience itself. I'm going to present it around developing the level of mental strength you need to be able to lean into adversity, that you can comfortably look at something that's going to be very difficult or very challenging and take it on. You're going to actually look forward to periods where you're under a little bit of duress or you're under some adversity. So I choose and happily will take on challenge and confront things that I think are really difficult because I've been able to develop a number of tools and an understanding of how to get through it. So there's going to be over 60 different videos on the different concepts, some of the theories, some of the strategies around developing that mental strength, because at the end of the day, we don't just want to be resilient. We don't want to just return to baseline so that we stay where we are and maintain the minimal level of discomfort. We actually want to get as mentally strong as we can so that we can move through our life with purpose. We can accelerate into discomfort. We can reach our peak potential, and we can go about doing what we want to do, take on things that have high value and high purpose to us, that are difficult, and then reap the benefits and the rewards when we achieve things that we really want to achieve. So I hope you enjoy this video series as much as I'm going to enjoy making it, and I look forward to all the presentations as they come up.